Zion National Park is arguably one of the most beautiful national parks in the entire United States. It's located in the southwest corner of Utah. It has very beautiful mountains and trees and more mountains, a lot of cliffs, a lot of steep edges, and really cool geography in general. It's a very beautiful park, and I'd argue it's one of the most beautiful ones, at least that I've seen, and it's the only one that I've actually been to. Now, if you're someone like me, you might be wondering, what if somebody built a 1-to-1 scale model of it, so that instead of being made out of these rocks, it was made out of these? It's a Lego, it's really tiny. Well, that's exactly what I did. Over the last year and a half, I've been building a 1-to-1 scale model of Zion National Park. And you might be asking, well, where is it? Where is this scale model of Zion National Park? Entirely made out of Legos, that's 100% accurate and to scale. Well, I hid it in the place people would least expect it. Right above the original national park. Through a series of elaborate support beams, I was able to do this. I was able to build roughly 1,000 or so, I kind of lost count, support beams, and I put the park directly on top of the other one. So there's the original park, and then right above that is the Lego version. But, you know, if you're a more experienced builder or experienced craftsman, you could probably do even less, maybe 700 or 800. Or, you know, if you need a little more support, no pun intended, and pun intended, you could probably do upwards of 2,000 or 3,000 if you wanted to. But I opted for right around 1,000. Again, I did lose count. Now, the hard part about this is there's a lot of varying elevations in Zion National Park. Its highest point at, I think it's Horse Ranch Mountain. Its highest point, Horse Ranch Mountain, is roughly 8,700 feet tall, which is 2,660 meters tall. And that was kind of the basis for the amount of support that we would need, the height of the support beams we would need. Or I guess that was the minimum, because we did kind of have a mess up with those, and I used the approximations when I was building the support beams. So the part that is at Horse Mountain, that one high peak, basically the peak of the mountain, you know, it's a peak of a mountain, and you know, the Lego version is pretty flat on the bottom. It's flat all the way across the bottom, but I messed up the height, so the part where Horse Ranch Mountain is, in my version, it's about 20 or 30 feet taller because I messed that up. So it's, you know, the original mountain's like pushing on it, you know, if that, does that make sense? One thing about Zion is it has about 8 intersections with main roads. So to kind of work around this, I had to build an elaborate system of elevators and belt systems, as well as the supports, to hide the fact that we built an entire national park on top of the original national park. So, as I said, there are the screens around the entire duration of the park, which the camera at the top, that is filming the Lego version of the park. So if you're driving around, you see the exact same point that is above as would have been below. But yeah, when you're on the elevator, you see the exact same camera that's in the park, but it's projected on the screen of the elevator that you're on. If that makes sense, it's a little confusing. But yeah, that's how that works. Also, trails. There are some trails that do kind of cross the boundary of the park. They do cross the perimeter of the park. Basically, in the Lego version, the top version, we just put cliff signs in them, or out of service signs across where those would be. So hopefully nobody falls off. If that happens, that's bad, but also not my fault, because we did put signs at each of them, I think. We kind of lost count, and also some of them are not marked. But we marked the major ones, the main ones. You can see on the map, I marked all the main ones. So those all have signage around them. You know, danger cliff, danger, there's a cliff here. Please watch out for the cliff. Is there anything else? Oh, the plants and animals. The plants we couldn't move because there was too many of them. The animals, the original idea was, or my original idea, was to put them in the Lego version of the park, in the top version of the park. But I was advised to not do this because as I said, it's a one-to-one model, including the trees and the flora, all the plants and everything. So they wouldn't have anything to eat, and they'd be roughly 8,000 feet above any real plants. So we just had to move them. They all got moved to different places. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Oh yeah, and why? Why did I do this? I've just been really bored lately. I don't know. Now that I'm done, I don't know what the heck to do. It's like you build a scale model of a national park. It's like what else can you do? I don't know.